All right. Who among us is tired of all the negativity? Who among us hasn't inspired some of that negativity? I take full responsibility, as most of us should. We're going through tough times. But you know what? Today I thought, why should we always be crapping on the country that most of us love? And tonight, we are not going to do that. We are going to be as positive as possible about this country. I want to hear from my listeners, from my viewers, what is good about America? What is right with America? Make sure you tell your friends that this show is happening, because we're going to do that right now. Hello again, everyone, and welcome once again to the Video Call-In Show, that show that invites you to be a live video guest on this program. I go live every Sunday night at 9 p.m., oftentimes 9 p.m. during the week, sometimes at 8. It really all depends on my mood, and I have that luxury. Now, joining is real easy. All you've got to do is point your browser to zoom.us or open your app, click join a meeting, and when it asks for it, enter in that number right there. You will come up in my queue, and we will get you on the show, and we'll talk about it. Tonight's subject is exactly what I said in the open. Tonight, I want to be nothing but positive. That's why I want you guys to go out and get your friends to come here, because we don't see a lot of this. Right now, in today's political climate, it's tough. We're going through some really tough times. I would argue that we've gone through tough times since this country's inception. And that's true for just about every country. So tonight we're going to concentrate on the positive. We're going to concentrate on those things that make this country great. We will not entertain tonight any buts, any, yeah, it's great, but no, tonight it's all about this lovely girl we call the United States of America. Now, I honestly would like to do this show for other countries as well. Fortunately, I live in the United States, and I'm not familiar with every nuance here, much less any, other country. But if you'd like to, let me know in the comments whether or not you'd like to see me do other countries. But for now, it is the great old US of A, and we're going to find out what we love so much about it. Let's say hello, before I bring on my first guest, to those folks that were kind enough to be here from the get-go in the chat. We've got Henny Zizn. Finally able to make one since he's been back. Welcome, brother. I don't know who you are, but welcome. I called your brother. You could be a woman. I beg your pardon for that one. Flash in your pen, Ed. How are you, my friend? I missed your show last night, Ed. I'm sorry. I was literally doing a lot of work, and I couldn't make it. I tried. I did try. Hey, Soulless Trenchcoat, how you doing, brother? He was on last week, and actually Sunday, wasn't it? So yeah, good to see you back, bud. Susan Hamilton, one of my favorites. I know we disagree on a lot of things, Susan, but it means so much to me that you continue to come back and watch the show. You're a great supporter, and I really appreciate it. By the way, if we're getting real close to my threshold on Subscribe-Star for private panel shows. So if you feel like you'd like to support the channel, by all means, head on over to Subscribe-Star, search for Video Call-In Show, and you will find it. We've also got Above and Beyond Drones. That's Jim. He was on the show last week. How you doing, Jim? Good to see you as well. And Catherine Cook, is that what leads us to the end of that one? Yes. Hello, Catherine. Good to see you as well. So we've already got one guest, and I got to tell you, I plan to stay on as long as I possibly can. I've got a new toy here that allows me to kind of manage time a little bit more, and we'll get into that here in just a minute. But let's say, what do we have? Any questions for me? Not just yet. Oh, but Jim does say American pride is swelling as Biden screws up. that people realize mistakes when they see them. Very good, Jim. I'm glad you see that as well. I do, and I'm very encouraged by that. And I think it's important. I've said this in the last couple shows. I think it's as important for us to point out the flaws as it is to point out the positive things. And I thought I was Brad. and make sure that is never lost, because the one thing that does get lost in all the noise are the positive things. It's much too easy today on social media to crap on everything. Ask me how I know. So I thought this would be a wonderful time to try something different. And I hope we get some folks involved that feel the same way. Having said that, let's get to our first caller and see how what I would consider as Great American feels about this. Let me kill my view. Always have to kill my view on the first one. I wish Zoom had the option to not have to do that. So, hello, caller. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
I most certainly can. How are you, Ed? It's always good to see you, my friend. Like I said, I apologize for missing your show last night. I meant to hit it, and I just ended up with too many things on my plate, bud.
Hey, Jim, I know you're a busy guy. I don't know if your wife had you tied up or what, or just a busy guy.
I don't kiss and tell, man.
Right.
I don't.
That's good. You're a gentleman. I know personally. Now, there's always replays. Make sure to like and comment.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Ed. That always helps, because we are all in a constant battle against the algorithm. And let's.
Oh, I bought a book, Jim. I bought a book, and I'm not really a reader.
I was going to say, are you reading now?
Like my dad. I'd rather listen to my stuff, but I bought this, right?
Oh, okay. Hold that back up. Hold that back up. We get the title of that. It's kind of. There we go. The YouTube formula. Okay.
By Daryl Eves.
Yes.
From what I've read, it's pretty good, but I've only read that much.
Mm-hmm.
And between work, the creek, work, better half, work, it's been sitting here collecting dust. So,
well, I hear I hear there are at least 23,000 subscribers in that book alone.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there is. But there's all kinds of gurus out there, and many of them we both know or watch.
Yes.
I've kind of stopped watching a lot of them.
I have too.
Kind of stopped worrying about my analytics and focusing on my live stream. Sorry, everybody, with the lack of in the shed with that videos, but hey, it is what it is.
Hey, life gets in the way, man. This is not your primary education or occupation, right?
No, sir. I hammer nails or swing steel. I build buildings and stuff.
Yes.
Every day, hot or freezing. That's what I do for a living.
Yep.
I am just a YouTuber by hobby, and I do enjoy a little bit of pennies coming in from here to there.
Yeah,
unless I have some really good super chatters.
Right, and people understand, right? I mean, when you're doing it for a hobby and not as a living, they understand when you have to take, when life gets in the way and you can't do some of the video content that you used to. I totally get that, and I think they do too. So, all right, my friend, what is right or good about the grand old USA, in your opinion?
Well, number one, the USA is an absolutely generous country. We're probably the biggest giver to third world countries around the world. Tons of people with huge hearts, either right nor left, or in the mid. you know, beautiful weather a lot of times, beautiful country from coast to coast. Every state
Yes.
has its beauty,
Yes,
even
indeed.
Ohio, heck, even Iowa for that
Even
matter.
Iowa.
Uh,
What was that comedian that said, yeah, I drove through Iowa the other day. It's like corn, 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 corn. Hey, look, a tree. Corn, 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 corn.
right. Yeah, isn't the Corn Castle in Iowa too?
I
Or
believe
is
it
that
is, yeah.
Nebraska?
But I like you, I'm sure you even have some corn mazes, no pun intended. At least in the fall where you're at, right?
I think over towards Lima town more, but right now I only have soybeans around me.
Oh, crop
So
rotation.
next year will be corn.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Well,
corn, soy, corn, soy, corn, soy.
yeah. Well, they always break them out here in Indy or Indiana, um, in the fall about harvest time, and seems to be a nice little tradition. I mean, it's that's another thing, right? Is that all of those small town festivals and things just they're the greatest places in the world to be, as far as I'm concerned. You just walk around and
Yeah,
get
it's
some kettle
nice.
corn and um, shop at local
Elephant
craftsman's.
ears.
Yeah, yeah. And they
Oh,
beat the
I
crap out of
love
most
a good
fairs.
funnel cake.
Yeah. Oh man, Ed, I just gained two
And
pounds
the
listening to you.
I like driving through, taking the old state highways and stuff, a lot like Dano. Dano don't hop on like 75 or 69 or whatever,
Hmm.
or 70.
He stakes to the back.
He kind of likes taking the country roads and country highways.
Sure.
That way you go through the little villages and hamlets and see the America that's being forgotten because of the freeways,
Yes. Yes.
Um,
And more people
but,
should do that. They really should do that. I mean, it's I know some folks that just love living in the city, and there's nothing wrong with that. But they never
oh,
find their way out of that concrete jungle, and I think they miss so much by not doing that. You should, guys. If you do anything else, we all have a limited time on this rotating ball. Get out and see your country, because this is one of the most beautiful.
rotating ball. What?
Yeah, the
We're not
earth.
on a
We're
flat
not on a
earth?
flat earth. Remember, all positive. So we're not going to get into a flat earth conversation. I know, blowing your mind, right?
I'm just kidding. I'm just poking at you, buddy. So
Well, it's my job to
I'm
blow your
sure you
mind. So
knew that.
yeah, oh yeah.
I'm sure you knew that. Oh, my mind's blown. Oh no, my
What?
world's crushed. But I have to say, the last year, even with the Kung Flu and all that crap, it's been one of my better years.
Really? That's awesome, dude.
And I only expect it to be that way this year too. A lot of it's up here, Jim.
Oh yes. Oh
Um,
yes.
I haven't missed a beat on work except for a week,
Mm-hmm.
which that was okay. I got paid still,
Yeah.
and I had a little hiatus and kept on my vacation.
Awesome.
So, but other than that, I worked.
Yeah.
Went to California, found some nuggets, and met some great YouTuber friends, and made some while I was there too. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
then we had Flash Bash, which was great. Then we had Flash Bash this year, which was excellent. And it was awesome that you and your wife made it this year.
Oh, we had a great time, man.
So I just see things going well.
Good.
And hopefully I'll get back to see my mom in Washington for her 90th birthday in September.
How's she doing?
I didn't talk to her today, but yesterday she sounded pretty rough. But she's a fighter.
Good.
She's made it through polio and made it through a tumor the size of a grapefruit on her back.
Wow.
Which should have crippled her.
Yeah.
She put up with a baby like me. I'm the youngest of all our children, or all of her children, my siblings, my
Ed the
brothers.
baby.
Yeah,
Baby
yeah,
Ed.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
What can
This
I say?
this is how nicknames happen.
Yeah. I'm the typical. I was the quintessential youngest,
Were
I
you?
guess you could say.
Oh boy. Causing hell for both causing hell for your siblings and getting away with it because you're the youngest. Yeah.
Sometimes, but a lot of times, like my oldest would think of it. My late great middle would do it, and there it is. Oh, Ed did it. Ed.
blame it on the baby.
Yeah. What are older brothers to do?
Exactly.
I'm sure if I was in their shoes, I probably would have did the same thing, but I'm not. So I was like, huh. But, yeah.
Well, that
all
is.
in all, I had.
Go ahead.
All in all, great life, great parents, kind of great brothers.
Have you ever noticed that with siblings? You're either real tight or you're real distant. You know what I mean? That's what I
My
found.
late brother and I were very tight.
Mm-hmm.
He was the middle brother. My oldest brother and I were not close at all, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It's his choice as much as my choice, I guess.
Sure.
But we tolerate each other when we see each other. And of course I love him. Don't mean I have to like him. I do love him.
I know that feeling all too well, Ed. All too well.
I'm actually closer with a lot of my foster siblings than I am with my own blood brother.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, cool.
You can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family.
That's true.
Unfortunately, I'd have a hell of a lot better family if I could pick.
Oh, can you imagine a family lottery? Or just a lineup. I'll take that family, Alex.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
All in all, great life, great country, great year regardless. Great community on YouTube and outside of YouTube.
Sure.
I'm actually surprised Toledo Jess is in here.
I am too. He was
talking about you last night in pre-show.
Was he? Hope it was awful. Hope he was bad.
It was terribly good. It was
terribly good. I'll take that.
you know Jesse.
Oh, I do. I do. Love Jesse.
It was terribly good.
Jesse, where are you?
Calling Jesse, Toledo Jess.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that I'm live, I don't have a bunch of windows open like I normally do, or I'd be messaging him on FB. Hey, dude, Jim's live. Head over here. You were talking about it last night in pre-show.
Yeah. Well, I kind of expect this because now I pigeonholed myself into Sundays, and only my subscribers are going to get notified when I go live on a Wednesday. I may change that up. So, but yeah, I kind of like doing it twice a week.
This live. We talked about this live.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. Yeah, because I already had it scheduled.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I am surprised he's not here.
Talking about it, and I knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna have to find him or something.
He's got to be out there somewhere. Well, I'll tell you what. We've been about 13 minutes, and I got another guest. Why don't we jump off and you try to get him come on?
Yeah, we'll do. I'll go last one for you.
Awesome, dude. Well, Ed, thanks again for being here, man. Great American. I appreciate.
Hey, it's always a pleasure hanging out with you, Jim.
I appreciate your kind words about good old US of A. keep our chins up, right?
It's the land of my birth and the land that I love.
Yep. And
regardless of a lot of other things. There's a lot of places a lot worse right now.
Oh man, don't you know it? Don't you know it? Okay, positive. Nothing but positivity.
Right.
All right, Ed. Hey, thanks for being on again,
But
man.
until next time.
Yes.
Take care, Jim.
Hey, you too, bud.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Always a pleasure to talk with Ed. You know, he's a salt of the earth, and I love those people. Like all of you, actually. Most people I see in the chat, I know fairly well. Salt of the earth, folks. Absolutely salt of the earth. Bwizzle Aquatics, welcome. Good to see you here. I've had a tough time with that. Occasionally, I will have a tough time with certain things above and beyond. Or I'm sorry, what did I see? Yeah. Justin Winnings, how are you? Good to see you here, man. Thanks for being here. Purgatory Paranormal of New York, how are you? It's been a while. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. All right. Well, I'm not gonna pontificate any further than that. Let's see where we're at with our next guest. Okay. Can you hear me, sir? Hello. Just check your first of all, turn off or turn down the YouTube video, and then make sure you've got Zoom set up to where where it's going to pick up your microphone, because I can see your lips moving, but I can't hear you, bud. And I have to imagine that this is
all right.
Oh, there we go.
Is this working?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, you know. Been off work for a few weeks due to this wedding in 2 days, so been relaxing.
Oh, man.
Playing a lot of golf.
2 days. If I had to guess, I would have said that my hiatus, you would have already been married, dude. Because we were talking about this last time you were on, weren't we?
Yeah, we were.
By the way, everyone,
this is
engaged,
I think.
Yeah, this is Henny. For those of you who've been following him for a while, he's been on. You've been on a few times, haven't you?
I have.
It took me a moment to recognize your name. How you doing, man?
Hey, man. I'm just glad you're back. I haven't been able to hop in because I'm usually at work at this time. So.
Oh yeah. I took a bit of time off. Life got in the way, and I had some things I needed to take care of, and wasn't really feeling the whole social media thing for a while. So, and then I thought, I like doing it, and I've got to talk about things. So here we are. So what, the subject of tonight, what do you find that's great or right or good about the grand old USA?
I mean, there's so many things I could talk about. I mean, being able to just serve your country on your own basis, not having to do it, I mean, I think that's great, because then you actually get motivated people in that actually want to do it and they're not forced to. I enjoy the voting system. I mean, I feel like it's great when, you have a voice, even though some people may think that it's not a big voice. I mean, every vote matters. There's a lot of things about this great country. I mean, even just like your last guest that was on was saying, I mean, beautiful country, coast to coast, I mean, I have a great story about my buddy 2 years ago shot one of his trophy bucks, lost it. Went out the next morning, found a pile of guts where he last thought it maybe. So he was like, okay, someone took it, whatever.
Yeah. So he field dressed it?
2 weeks ago. Yeah. So about 2 weeks ago, he's scouting his land again, and he runs into a guy, and he's like, they're talking, about hunting and everything. He's like, yeah, I missed my trophy buck on this property about 2 years ago. He's like, I never found it, whatever. And the guy asked him, was like, hey, what type of arrows were you shooting? And he told him, he was like, hey, follow me to my house. So my buddy follows him to his house and takes him into his house, shows him his man cave or whatever. And he goes, that's your buck right there. And my buddy looked at it. He's like, that literally is it.
Wow.
And the guy got it mounted for free from his cousin. So the guy literally just told him, like, hey, just take it. It's yours. You deserve it. You explained to me the size, the exact arrows that we found in it. He was like, just take it. And my buddy was like, dude, I broke down crying. He couldn't believe that his trophy buck was finally back in his hands.
Oh, man. That is a great story. And just so...
I totally should write a script about it.
Oh, no kidding. No kidding. But that's so indicative to, it illustrates so well the some people's hospitality or their sense of dignity or morality. I mean, it just speaks volumes to that. And I love those stories, man. That is awesome. And being a hunter myself, I can so relate. That's
I
wonderful.
couldn't imagine. I mean, I'm going for the first time this year. I couldn't even imagine like missing my first buck and then not being able to find it.
I know.
Finding it 2 years later on someone's wall, right?
Yeah. The
odds of that is just
astronomical.
I can't even think about it.
Would you want to hear my horror story about that very same thing? The last big buck I shot, that I was going to Cape. I literally I got it and everything was just fine. In fact, got the meat and everything, but I left the head with my butcher, and I go back, because they were way backed up. I go back about 6 months later, and I ask him, he said, I've never heard anything about my mount, and they couldn't find it. They literally lost it. Yeah. So, they said, we'll give you a free one for your next one, because I hadn't even paid for this one, right? It wasn't done. It wasn't in my hands.
Yeah.
So I was going to get a free one, but I just never went back to that particular shop again. But I was so disappointed, and still am to this day. And that wasn't a negative America thing. So don't rake me over the coals, folks, for that one. That was just my own personal sad story. It has nothing to do with the country. I mean, they tried, and they were just overrun with work. So I kind of get it. But man,
even last year it was like that. My buddy, he took him like 8 months to get his mount back. 8-9 months.
Really?
He was so backed up. Especially because from Wisconsin, they finally opened up the wolf season or whatever. So I guess a lot of shops were super busy with wolf mounts since so many people got their wolf tags that year.
Yeah. I imagine it happens quite a bit, but oh God, it's frustrating. So I'm kind of really happy to hear about your buddy's story. That's awesome. That is awesome. I would hope that if that ever happened to me a couple years down the road, I find it on somebody's wall. That would just make my day. 2 years of crying, and then all of a sudden, wow, there he is.
Yeah, when he told me that story, he literally called me after he left his house. He was like still like choked up with tears. He's like, dude, I got the buck that I told you about 2 years ago. I was like, no way. And he sent me a photo. I was like, dude, what happened? And then we had the conversation. And he was like, I'm about to cry again. I couldn't believe it.
I got it.
Mounted over his bed now.
I got to ask you though, was he hunting alone?
Yeah.
Okay, so was this kind of looked at? Oh yeah, sure, giant buck. You got it, Because sometimes we'll rib each other, right? Hunters will rib each other about that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, it had to be 12 points. It would have been easily a record setter. I was like, yeah, okay. Picture it didn't happen.
He said it was a 150, and I was like, dude, that's a big boy.
Yeah, that's a big boy.
And like, no one believed him. I mean, obviously, we're like, all right. But he has it now. I've seen it. It was a big boy.
Oh, that's awesome. That is so awesome.
Not getting the meat. I mean, the other guy got all the meat, but I mean, at the end of the day, you mostly want the mount. For some people, at least. Oh
yeah, for sure. I mean, the meat is what is really important, but the trophy itself is, that's all part of the deal, and it's kind of goes along the lines of using every part of the animal, right?
Yeah.
Hell, I know people that make coat racks out of their upturned hooves, which is awesome. So, yeah, anything you take, make sure you need it and you use it, right? And I'm not telling that for you, but there are some hunters out there that are only after trophies, and I've never really understood that. especially from an ethical standpoint. But hey, it's me. No negativity, Jim. No negativity.
I could talk all day about outdoorsman stuff. So we got the solo roll. I've been going crazy this past year. Me and my buddy actually we're gonna start up like a podcast type thing and everything.
Oh, cool.
For hunting and outdoorsman stuff. That's our goal, at least. We're in the works of getting it rolling, you know, networking and everything, and then we're gonna start doing stuff about it because this past year has been wild. I mean, with fishing, now I'm gonna go hunting. It's gonna be crazy. I just came off Lake Michigan yesterday.
Oh, you did?
25 pounds of steelhead and lake trout.
Oh, nice.
It was a great day.
Yeah.
Great day.
Yeah. Awesome. Congrats on that one.
But yeah, but I mean, back on the topic, I mean, like I said, there's so many, in my opinion, so many great things that, I mean, you can't even explain them all in enough time. I mean, there's so many, I don't want to bring them negative, but there's so many negative things about other countries that, you know, the United States doesn't have those issues with, like, planned marriages. Like, if I had a planned marriage, in my opinion, I don't think I would like it. I mean, but it's part of the culture in other places, so, I mean, they understand. But yeah. It was just dropped on us out of the blue, like, hey, you have to marry whoever your parents want you to. I mean, I don't think a lot of people would be happy.
Oh, heavens no. Heavens no. In fact, even in those countries where it is culture, a lot of people are not happy about it, you know. But that is what it is, and they accept it for what it is, most of them. But that doesn't seem very conducive to happiness to me, right? Because you're forcing two people together, and when you force two people together, a lot of times the outcome's not going to be pretty. Somebody's going to suffer for that one. Maybe both. But not in the good old USA. We do have freedom to choose whomever we want to marry at whatever time, and that is awesome. Even I mean, look at the strides we've made from I don't know, the alternative. I don't want to call them lifestyles, but how can I put this without sounding too PC? Well, I'll just say it. You can marry anybody you want to marry, and you know, who cares? I don't care. Your life is your life. Live it the way you want to live it. As long as you're not infringing on anybody else's rights, I say do what you want to do. Do what you want to do.
The same way.
Yeah. Individual freedom guys we are.
Love it.
Oh man. Well, Henny, it's so good to see you, man. It really is. I'm
glad to be back.
Yeah.
At least for a little bit, you know, I was able to hop in. I was happy to be able to hop in and talk to you.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, I'm happy that got to happen. I can't believe I missed your face. It must be the camera angle. I didn't recognize you right off.
It's not on my laptop no more. I got a whole PC set up.
I know.
We're working here.
Maybe it's a much better camera. I just didn't recognize you. Well, also you're a year older too.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You'll notice the older you get, the less you change.
Yeah.
I'll probably look like this at 70. Gotta hope I do. Boy, I can't believe I just said that. Nobody wants to look like this. Oh, well, listen, man. We could sit here and talk some more. I don't have anybody else in the queue, and I'm kind of surprised by that. I guess I'm going to have to make this a series so I can get more people on, because I think it's important to point out the positive, you know, while you're criticizing, you know, current events and bad moves and that sort of thing. So yeah, maybe I'll just make this a series. What do you think about that?
I like that idea.
Yeah,
I do.
Okay. And you're going to have to come back on and give me more information about that. Is it going to be an audio only podcast you're talking about?
We're not sure yet. That's the thing, because I have like a full setup in well, actually, since the last time I met you, I bought my own place, so I'm in my own place now.
Cool.
So
Congrats.
I'm in my little man cave area right now, but I got like a whole setup, like 2 monitors, my computer, and everything. So we might do it here. We're gonna figure something out. We're not sure yet. We're hoping to get stuff rolling by like hunting season. But yeah.
Well, like I said, you'll have to come back on and enlighten everyone to its presence, and that way I can tune in.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, because I love the subject matter. There's no shortage of time I'll devote to listening to that. So
Yeah, I grew up on it. I mean,
yeah.
I one of my favorite photos when I was younger is I'm like 3 years old, I think,
Mhm.
and my grandpa's like gutting bluegill for fish fry or whatever, and he like I don't know what it was exactly, but it was some part of the fish, and he like put it in my face. I'm just like a little kid, and I'm standing on the table, of course, because I guess all of us when we were younger were little monkeys, so I was standing on the table where he was cutting the fish. I was just like, ugh. But yeah, I grew up on it. I love it. I had a little hiatus when I was in high school because I was more focused on sports. And
Sure.
now that I have my own life, I'm getting back into it. Might be buying a boat this winter.
Oh, nice.
But
Nice.
yeah, so
Well, that'll
been
be fun.
fishing a lot, and then hopefully start hunting this year. That's the goal.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
First buck on the wall.
I'm looking forward to get back in the game as well. I went, was it last year, the year before? Um, Tried to go to the old property. That didn't work. So I ended up hunting some really crappy areas and didn't see much, but I think we got something lined up for this year too. So I'm looking forward to it as well, man. It's becoming a lost art, and it's up to guys like you and me to keep it going,
Oh yeah,
especially with the
for sure.
conversation you're going to have.
Especially fishing charters.
Yeah, yeah,
Fishing charters on Lake Michigan are dwindling down because of I don't want to say young folk because I'm only 23, but all the kids my age or less younger not really into it no more. It's just not a thing. But hey,
Well, you're getting married.
those
When'd
are
you
the
say?
times.
Yeah, you're getting married when?
This Friday,
This Friday? What? 2 days from now?
2 days from now, I will be
Dude, you
walking
seem
down the aisle.
nice and calm, cool, and collected. Hats off.
It's been a little stressful, but I'm at the point now where I come home from the stressful day and have a few glasses of wine and simmer down a little bit.
Well, throw pillars are coming to your studio here soon. So take that into account when you're setting up that podcast. Just know that's going to happen. Well, pre-congrats, because I won't be able to talk to you before then, I'm sure. Great news, and I can't wait to hear how it all goes. And so, yeah, just don't be a stranger. Make sure you come back and tell us about that podcast as well, will you?
Oh, I will for sure.
Awesome.
For sure. When I have the chance, I will be in here.
Awesome. Thanks so much,
like
dude.
I said, I work 7 o'clock to 5 a.m., so I'm usually hard at work while you're on here. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, it's going to be 2 days a week for now, so there's more chances to jump on. But
oh yeah.
All right, pal. We'll talk to you real soon. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks, bud.
Thank you.
See ya. Oh man, is that wonderful? Or whoops. There we go. There we go. Got the merge right. That can throw me for loops so often. Hello, Outdoorsy Gal. Oh, how you doing, Chrissy? Good to see you. Not coming on. Okay. Well, that would be cool if you did, because you could tell us what you think is great from a Canadian's perspective. But that's okay. I understand. I missed you last night on Flash's show. I saw that he thanked you for coming on. It's like, damn it, I wish I would have seen that show. Oh well, it happens. All right, back to good things about America. You know what we haven't heard yet, and I don't want to spoil the next guest's thing, but I would say that one of the best things about America is that Constitution, that piece of paper that we all have to help keep alive, that protects our freedoms. It doesn't grant, the government does not grant us freedoms. This protects our freedoms, and I think it's one of the greatest things about this country. Having said that, I will grab my next guest here, and actually I've got a couple more, and we're just gonna keep going with this. All right. Can you hear me?
Yes,
How you doing, DJ?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Welcome back to the show. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
So, are you going to tell us what you think is right, good, and wonderful about the that beautiful thing we call the United States of America?
Okay. The only thing I think is good about the US is that we lay out the lives of people with disabilities. I don't know any other country who has a law similar to the ADA.
That's an interesting take. And I would say you're right. I, for one, am very proud of it. In fact, having done web development for so many years, one of the first things I did was become very familiar with the American Disabilities Act and what it meant for accessibility on websites. That's a great thing, DJ. And
Yeah, um, so good.
you what?
No, but yeah, I mean, just think about it. We have been trying to get that close since the late 70s.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Um,
So,
and they keep expanding on it, which is nice.
yeah,
Yeah. And you folks might be wondering why I'm looking down. I'm actually looking at a larger screen of DJ. It helps me.
yeah, yeah.
So how you been, man? I mean, I know it's only been a few weeks, but how you doing?
Yeah, I think, I mean, I've been working hard.
Have you?
I, yeah, like I probably said last time, but I learned 3 separate channels, so I'm always cranking out content
Mm-hmm.
for YouTube. So,
Sound like a hard worker.
yeah,
We all
I
go ahead.
I recently did a video where I reacted to Haywood Scroll.
You did
So,
with Tony?
yeah,
Nice.
yeah, yeah. If you're familiar with what he does now, I reacted to what he did in a video. So,
Mm. I'm gonna have to check that out.
yeah,
That sounds fun. That sounds fun. Tony's blowing it up. I gotta hand it to my old friend Tony, blowing it up. And he's next in line. Did
yeah.
you know that?
And, cool.
Snuck in. He snuck in right behind you.
Yeah. Well, he could work as long as I'm here.
Now we have the big league Tony. Oh man.
Name's a joke.
Tony's a great guy. And I can't wait to
Yeah,
watch that.
yeah, it's good. Got over 180 views right now
Sweet. Is that on your channel, on his channel, or both?
on my channel.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely check that out. Henny,
Yep.
Sorry, I'm making Henny a moderator because his channel name has changed, and I had to change that up for him. All right, cool.
Oh,
So, what else do you love about this country, DJ?
um, what else? What
You sigh like there's so many.
Well, I mean, the yeah, I really can't tell you because you know there is so many people.
What about our space program? We're
I mean,
still leading the world in that, and I think that's a good thing.
yeah, we have a great space program,
Mm-hmm.
and I joke when I say this, but I can't wait until they decide to send someone in a wheelchair to space.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they haven't done that yet? I'm surprised. I am literally
Yeah,
surprised. Huh.
I know, right?
I mean, we talk about well, people talk about lack of diversity, and I would say I say they're wrong because we've sent several women, several black folks, several white folks, several nationalities because we are the melting pot. I am shocked to even think that they haven't sent someone disabled up.
Yeah,
You should try. You should
well,
try out.
I know, like, but when you do think about it, there's a lot of what we could do with people with disabilities. Could you imagine if we had a full president who was disabled and not have to worry about Section 25 of the Constitution?
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
I
Hadn't,
mean,
hadn't thought of
that
that.
would be impressive to me if a person with a disability got into the White House.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Now we have had a I think a couple presidents that were disabled. You remember FDR? He was disabled. Um, who else? I can't
Yeah.
remember who else. But yeah, that does happen too. Do you happen to know, DJ, off the top of your head, what the percentage of the disabled are in the general population? Because I don't really have any idea.
Uh,
I imagine it's a duck duck go sort of thing, but I just don't know.
yeah, I would believe that it's pretty low. I mean, um, well, I know we're talking about what's great about this country,
Hmm.
but we do need to address the negative. Our country for the longest time has institutionalized people with disabilities
True.
for a long time.
That
So,
is true, and that wasn't specific to the United States. I mean, that was worldwide because we just didn't understand a lot of the ailments, right? I mean that
yeah, and
we get smarter every day. Well, some people do, and we learn new
I
things,
mean,
and I can't fault them for not knowing and just because you remember at one time, uh, folks that were disabled like you were thought of as being possessed by demons. I mean, that's how little we knew about it. So
yeah, I definitely agree. But, you know, if we look at recent history, that is still happening today, which shouldn't be at all if, I mean, that's what I say, because I know a couple years ago, I have heard of a few cases where I live here in Florida that the governor has sent people with disabilities to a home and took them away from family
Oh, wow.
members.
Really?
So,
Oh my.
yeah,
Took them away from families? Oh, that's and you say
yeah,
recently?
yeah, that was like 2015.
Wow.
So it it does still happen with
Well, it
this, yeah, surprises me.
Outdoorsy gal, oh, Chrissy says, Jim, DJ is not disabled. He's challenged. Chrissy, I only used disabled because DJ did, and that's
Yeah,
yeah. And
yeah,
I understand. Some people are offended by that word, but DJ, this is your time, and that's why we went down that road.
yeah. I mean, you could use whatever word you want to describe it, but I I'm not ashamed to use the word disabled or disability. I mean, that's how we need to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I was talking to Pia Pixel Pia a while ago,
Mm-hmm.
and for her in her native language, the local disability is handicapped.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Hmm.
whatever you're used to saying, I don't mind, but disability is what I prefer to use.
Okay. Well, I love that that you put it that way. I don't care what you use, but this is how I'd like to hear it. That's the way most people should approach these sort of things. And I'm going to take, and I know you say that happened recently, taking away from a family. But I think by and large, we've really changed the way that we approach this. And since this is a positive America show, I'm going to call that a win. Can I do
Yeah, yeah,
that?
yeah,
Awesome,
go
dude.
ahead.
Well, DJ, I'm going to call up my next guest, buddy, and I want to tell you I can't tell you how much I appreciate you coming back on, bud.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you for having me.
Anytime, you are welcome here anytime, my friend. Well, I
Yeah,
thanks for sharing your love with America, and we will talk again. Okay.
okay, cool.
All right. See you, bud. All right. What a great guest. Love that guy. And I can't wait to watch that. That's um oh, no problem, Chrissy. And I don't even know if it was a clarification. It's I know some people are sensitive about that sort of thing, and I get it. Oh yes, she says in Canada it's politically incorrect to say disabled or disability. We are to say challenged. Let me ask you this, Chrissy, and you can answer me in the chat. I'll just get through this real fast before my next guest. Um, Are there any legal penalties for using disabled or disability? That's what I'd like to know, because as I understand it, Canada has several laws on the books, or at least policies that punish people severely for not saying the right thing, which I find um, troubling. But this is a positive show about America. We can talk about Canada later. By the way, hello Skywalker, welcome to the show. Gina Bina Vinci, hello, good to see you as well. Pixel Pia, how are you, Pia? Always a pleasure to have you here, my friend. Have I missed anyone else while we're going through all this? I don't think so. I don't think so. Thanks again, guys, for being here. Like I said, I wanted this to be a positive show, and I hope you're finding it this way. I don't want to always be negative. I don't want to always hit hard to talk about subjects. I think we've this is our palate cleanser. This are things that we should remember about how good things are, because we sometimes get so lost in how tough times are at times. So, all right, enough of that babbling. Let's bring up our next caller. Okay. Gana, how are you? I did totally avoid you. I'm sorry, I didn't avoid you. I missed you. Tony.
For the record, I try to fucking avoid you, Gana.
That's gonna be one of those, eh?
Sorry, I didn't know what was going on. I had both things going at once. I was confused like a young boy in church. I didn't know what was happening. What's going on?
Well, it is your first visit on the show, Tony, so I understand.
Do I look like shit on your screen? Because I look great on my screen, but then on the other screen I look like shit. Do I look like shit?
No, you look fine.
I don't just mean because I'm overweight and I have bags on my ass. I mean, like, I'm coming in
No,
clear.
that's me you're thinking of. Yeah. No, it looks fine, man.
Jeez. Wow. Good.
How you been, dude?
Good. Oh, man, if I was any better, I'd be twins, you know? I'm doing all right. Hanging in, you know? What can I say?
Nice.
I saw you. I missed your... Missed
my open?
the last show, I think.
Oh, the last show?
And I missed the open. Yeah. I started doing rants with Rogers this year.
Well, what's that all about?
He does a Rant Wars.
Mm-hmm.
He does a show called Rant Wars. So you show up every week and you fucking rant.
Oh.
He puts you against random people, and then you rant, and then you build up points, you know. And then so I jumped in like halfway through his season. I just showed up. He's been asking me to go on the show for a while. He's like, man, you should come on the show, man. Like, you'd be good at this.
Is it like an angry game show?
Yeah.
Oh,
pretty
okay.
much just bitch about anything, right? That's fucking great. So
how has he not asked me to come on yet? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, you should go on too. So so I go on the show like with like 6 weeks left in the season. 6 weeks left in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in there one night and I say hi in the chat, and he's like, you know, I've been asking this guy to come up now since season 1, and he never comes up on my show. I think he'd be great. I was like, fuck it. Anyways, I went undefeated.
No shit.
Yeah.
That was my shock face.
Undefeated. I went undefeated and ended up the 3rd seed in the tournament. So the tournament started tonight and I won. So now I'm in the Elite 8 next week. So
oh, nice,
we'll see
man.
what I can do. See if I can pull off the big W next week.
Well, so I'll be pulling for you, and if you could drop a link to that in the chat when we get done, will you? Because I'd like to go see it.
Sure, no, absolutely. Yeah, he's still going right now, so I'll drop it over and you guys can go check it out later on or whatever. And he'll be done by the time we're done, probably. But you can check out his channel. Good guy, man. Matt Rogers, one nice guy.
Yeah, I'd love that.
So I wanted to mention a couple things. I know you said earlier that that, you know, mentally disabled people or physically disabled people or people who are disabled, we still call them that here in America, by the way, Chris. Mm-hmm. We don't use the other word, but we use disabled.
Yes. What, the R word? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Radiant.
Yeah. Radiant.
So I
revolutionary.
I just wanted to mention that it has nothing to do with whether or not DJ has any kind of disability. He just is fucking possessed. If you know the guy, he is possessed. That's just him, though. He also he stole my gimmick.
Oh no!
It was my gimmick to show up on Pia's live stream with no shirt on and play with my nipples, and now DJ does that. So that's been stolen.
Yeah, I'm gonna mark that down as I'm gonna mark that down as things I didn't expect to hear tonight, and and things I can't unhear.
You want to see the ink, Susan? So I got a little bit of ink. So I got, I don't know, it's all blurry. That's fucked up.
Oh, that is
What's
weird.
going on with my camera?
I don't know.
Yeah, anyways, I got Marvin the Martian on my arm.
Yep.
It's blurring it out.
It is totally
going
blurring
on?
it out.
Oh, you know why? Hold on a second. Oh, do I have a filter on? Hold on.
You must.
I do. I got fucking blur out the background bullshit. That's why.
Apparently.
All right. There we go.
Yeah.
No more blurs. So I got Marvin the Martian on my arm.
Mm-hmm.
When I got it, I was 16 when I got this done. So this is a 30-year-old tattoo.
Wow.
And it said, fuck you, Earthling. That's why it just says Earthling now. It said, fuck you up here. And then I used to work with mentally disabled adults. Did that for a long time when I was younger. And I was at a dinner in Boston. We went and lobbied for the rights for a lot of changes in human rights laws for disabled people at the State House. And then we all went out for lunch. We had this really nice thing, and I'm sitting next to I'm sitting at the table, and next to me is, I don't know if you remember, a politician named John Silva. He had one arm. He was running for governor of Boston. He came to dinner with us, and he came to dinner with us. And who was the other guy that was there with us? William Weld, who was a governor at Massachusetts at one point. He came to dinner with us. And the whole time I had a white shirt on, and I kept singing the words "fuck you" through my shirt as it kept sitting on my arm because my shirt was thin. And I was like, I got to get that fixed. I can't keep coming to these dinners and people seeing that, you know. So I just went and got the night sky put in. And then I got this guy here. I just wanted an evil clown, but he kind of looks like the Joker, you know.
He does kind of look like the Joker.
Then I got this here. Whoop. That there. That's a piece of Sailor Jerry artwork.
Now, does she dance when you put your arm on the table and twist your elbow?
She dances when I masturbate.
Oh, okay. Well, that was too much information.
I'm only kidding. She's on the left hand.
Could have done without that.
Anyway, it's funny because my kids, especially the twins, they come over and they look at it and they go, "That's such a nice picture of mom." Little kiss asses. And then I got,
no doubt.
I don't know if you've ever seen Kraken Spice Rum, but I have a big, huge Kraken on my arm right now.
Nice.
So, yeah, so he's not all the way done. Needs a little more shading, and then I'm going to put my kids' names inside the tentacles. So.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
But there you go, folks. I have tattoos. I know they are. That's about it. The only other one I have, well, never mind. Anyway, wait a minute.
Tattoo time with Tony.
That's right, tattoo
tonight
time
on
with
the video calling show.
Reminds me of an old joke, actually. This guy, you mind if I tell a fast joke?
No, tell it right away.
Okay, cool. Yeah. But nothing's quick with me, you know that. Well, my wife will tell you different, but anyway, my buddy Jerry in Ford always tells people, you know, Tony tells a lot of stories. My friend Tony he's got 5-minute stories, and he's got 20-minute stories. I've never heard a 5-minute story. He tells people that all the fucking time. Anyway, so this guy went to his girlfriend one day and he said, I got a surprise for you. She said, what's that? And he said, well, Wendy, I got your name tattooed on my penis. So she said, what? He said, yeah, check it out. So he pulls his penis out and it says WNY. She goes, that's not this is WNY. He goes, well, and I get an erection. It says Wendy. She goes, oh, really? He goes, yeah. So, like 6 months later, they go on vacation. They get out, and they're down in Jamaica, and they're on vacation, and they're at this nudist beach, you know. So here he goes. He goes, oh, I'm going to go up to the bar and get us some drinks. He walks up to the bar on the beach there, and he orders a couple pina coladas. And this native guy who lives on the island comes up, stands next to him. And he goes, hey, welcome to Jamaica, man. He goes, oh, thanks, man. He goes, yeah, man, it's good to have you. He goes, oh, yeah, it's good to be here, you know. The guy looks down and goes, oh, hey. I see you got WNY on your penis. He goes, your girlfriend's name Wendy, too? He goes, no. When my dick gets hot, it says, welcome to Jamaica, man. Have a nice day. All right. I do 2 shows a night. 2 shows a night. Anyway.
Try the veal.
Yeah, I believe I ordered the fish. So how have you been, man? I haven't seen you in so fucking long. It's, you know.
It has been a while, yeah.
I'm talking to Jim. Yeah, my wife.
He's not talking to anyone, folks. He's just trying to make me feel better. No, I've been good, man. I've been good. Lots of trials and tribulations, but I'm working through them like you always do.
Hey, man. How's the limb?
Oh, the limb is pretty good. It still has a what I call a Mr. Deeds factor, where you could literally stick a fire poker into the center of it, and I probably wouldn't feel it. But on the outsides, I can feel just about everything. It kind of feels like a stump, but I'm walking just fine. It's just a nerve damage.
Listen, I saw you put a bunch of pictures up on Facebook of your damaged foot. It kind of looks like a fucking stump.
Doesn't it really? It's about the ugliest foot I've ever seen, and I got to look at the damn thing every day.
Oh my goodness.
No rest for the wicked, man. No rest for the wicked.
Yeah, no, I hate it, bro. Was been no Brad today, huh?
No Brad today. I thought for sure I saw his name fly by, but you know, it's Thursday. Thursdays must be a tough day down under.
Oh, that's what it is. It's Thursday for him.
Yeah. And who knows what that draconian lockdown is doing to them over there. I mean, it's really bad.
Is it? See, I thought like at one point he and I talked at one point in the beginning of it, and well, not beginning, like a year ago now. So like like 4 months after it started or whatever.
Yeah.
And we were talking, and he was like, "Are you wearing masks?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, it's masks everywhere, you know." He's like, "Yeah, we're not wearing masks." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Not in this area, you know."
Yeah.
So like it was kind of they kind of quadranted it out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And like his up at where he was at in the North Territory, there wasn't shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But down in the lower part, it was, you know, and I think it's going on again over there, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it definitely is. And that's kind of what I was referring to. Because
they're protesting and stuff over there. And
oh, they've outlawed protests. They literally outlawed protests. And they're trying to keep people in their homes. And what, as I understand it, there was only one death based on the surge. You know, there are new surging cases. There's only been one death. And they completely locked the place down. And I don't know if it's the entire country.
That's a great reason to make everyone stay in their house and fear for their life, huh?
Man, I know. Stop it already. Yep. This is the happy show, though. We're not going to go down that road, Tony.
Yeah. Listen, just for the record, I'm not completely for, you know, making protests illegal, but I'm on the fence. All right, I'm on the fence. I think you should be able to protest. I just don't think you should be able to be a moron about it. You know, these people who stand in traffic and fear mongering shit. That should go. But but the rest of it, you can, you know.
There's a difference between protest and actual, you know, disruption, riots, and terrorism. That's not protest.
Happy show.
It's already begun. Yes, it's already gone beyond protest at that point. So I would say, turning this into something happy, I would say that one of the things about America is the right to protest. One of the great things about America is the right to redress your government for your grievances, right? I would say that was huge, huge.
You're right.
The freedom to do so, which so many countries do not have.
Yeah, you know, one of the great things about this country, since that's the topic, right?
Yeah, yep.
Am I right?
USA.
Okay.
Yep. See the flag in the background?
So one of the, what do I like about America? Well, I'm getting there, Chrissy. Don't rush me. You know what I like about America, Chrissy? It's not Canada. No, I'm just kidding. I like to, I enjoy our freedom of speech, and I don't mean, you know, I mean, some people take it a little much, or whatever, but I enjoy the fact that if I don't, you know, like, you know, when Trump was president, you know, a lot of the country was running around crying, "Orange man bad, Orange man bad," you know, calling him T-Rump and making fun of him, and you know, and now people are doing that to Biden, same way, talking about how he's got dementia and he's crazy and he's nuts, you know. It's, I mean, I haven't seen anything to the contrary, but either way, but it's just nice. We're able to talk about our leaders any way we want to, and we can voice our opinion, and you know, we can do all that. So I think it's nice that we have the freedom of speech in this country, the freedom of speech to be able to go on a platform like Facebook, and you and I can talk about this, and it's not getting, you know, there's no comrades at my door shooting me yet, so that's good.
Yeah, there are no laws against it. I'll just say that.
If we lived in Russia right now, we'd both be fucking dead.
Oh man, so. Russia, China. I mean, we can name a dozen countries that where you'd be in deep shit if you did that. I can't even. And I don't want to imagine it because I don't want it to happen. Oh yeah, great example.
Can you imagine?
No.
Crazy. You know, I watched this video which was absolutely blew me away. in North Korea, they want to fake that everything's okay so much that they give people, it's just socialized. It's all socialism.
Mhm.
So they give people meaningless jobs just so they have something to do.
Yeah.
And so they have people that literally go around with a toothbrush in parks, and they pick up rocks and they wipe off the rocks and they put them back down. And they have like this old lady, there's pictures of this old lady, she has a little bucket and a little broom and a little dustpan, and she goes down the street and sweeps up little piles and puts it in the bucket, and just like, the streets are immaculate over there. They have women over there who are traffic cops. You can only be a traffic cop if you're between 21 and 25 years old, if you're deemed to be good looking by the government, and if you're single. So all the traffic cops are 21 to 25-year-old females, single, beautiful. That's the government regulation. Most of the streets over there, there's no traffic because most people aren't allowed to fucking drive.
Yeah,
There's very few vehicles in the country. They have these super highways and there's nothing on them.
Yep.
There's video after video out there of these young girls standing there directing traffic, and they just keep going through the motions, and there's nothing coming. They just stand there all day.
Yeah.
It's a job.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And they have the last thing that really was crazy to me was they have this amusement park over there that's in horrible disrepair.
Mm-hmm.
But they let about 1,800 Americans a year into their country, and they usually do it within a 3-week period. So while they do that, they employ thousands of people to be amusement park goers. So these people are paid to show up at the amusement park and to hang out and pretend like they're having fun. That's the whole thing. If they look miserable, then they get fucking, they'll take them behind the Ferris wheel and shoot them probably.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're supposed to show up. They're supposed to look happy and supposed to have a good time. And they're like, oh, it's tough because it's tough because the rides are in disrepair. None of the Koreans want to ride them, but they do it because they have to,
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, so it's pretty weird, man. That's a crazy country, I mean, and now over here, what do we have over here? We have
happy things.
Jobs available. Nobody wants them.
Happy things. Good things about America.
So, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
well, I mean but that's more the government's function than.
You got a great job market right now if you want a job.
Exactly. Well, and that's another thing. You can be anything you really want to be here, and like you were saying in Korea, they'll literally choose your job for you. If you really want, if you guys really want a perspective on just how bad they have it over there, and that they don't even know how bad they have it over there, watch some of the defectors videos. Those things are amazing. It floors me every time I hear about how one they're totally unaware that there's another life out there, that freedom is even a thing. They're totally unaware of how bad they have it, other than they know they're hungry all the time. I mean, it just blows my mind, man. So go watch some of those. Grumpy Vlogger. Lloyd, you didn't miss much, man. We've just been talking about what the good side of America, the good things about America, as a palate cleanser. It's far too negative most everywhere.
He wasn't talking about the show. He was just talking about my segment, Jim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, I expect more of those in the chat. Damn, I missed half of Tony's segment. Damn it, man.
Oh boy. How's your boy doing, man? How's your son?
Oh, boy is doing great. He and I just took the Mustang shell up to get it chemically dipped. We've stripped the entire thing of everything. I wish I had a picture. Oh, I do have a picture. Do you want to see it? Just say no if you don't want to see it. Because I think I threw it into Dropbox here. Yeah, and we went back and forth about this because I really wanted to get her to the point where, yeah, there it is. I'll bring that up here real fast. I wanted to get it clean and green, man, so I know exactly where she was. Yeah, here it is. Bam. So that's her being pulled off of the trailer at Pro Strip Indy. Yeah. And what you don't see is there's a cart next to it where the hood is, the doors, and the trunk lid.
And all those dip too.
Yeah. But we're gonna sandblast the valances, the front rear valances and the cowl panel, because we got other things that we want to sandblast as well.
What year is that, Jim?
That's 1970. It's a 1970 Mustang Mach 1, 351 Cleveland, 3-speed. My father bought it in April of 70, and I got it in when did I start driving? I guess it was July of 78.
Wow.
So had it all these years.
So that was your first car.
My first car.
You lucky bastard. That's crazy. That's awesome, man. What a nice car. That's great.
Yeah, it's gonna be
for
a
a
lot of
long
work.
time I tried to find an 87 to 93 notchback. I couldn't. This was, around like I don't know, the late 90s, early 2000s. I was trying to get a hold of one.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to get a hold of one and put it away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But even by then they were already because that was the fastest one they made in the newer models. The
Yeah.
notchback 87 and 93.
Yeah, yeah.
And could not find one, man. They were so much money. Even then, people knew right away it was a Mustang. I knew
Mm-hmm.
I'd never be able to, at that time especially, but probably still true, never be able to afford a 60s or 70s model.
Yeah.
So I was trying to go for that one, but yep, no such luck.
Well, it's that sucks. I would still keep looking, but those things in even that condition, completely stripped condition, they're running anywhere from $3,000 to $7,000, if you can believe that, with all the parts, of course. And a completed one, Mach 1 isn't what you would consider rare. It's not like Boss 429 or even a 302, but they're still commanding mid-level 5 figures, which is
Wow.
awesome. Now we don't have to worry about that because as soon as we get this done, I get to enjoy it. My wife and I get to enjoy it for a few years. It's going to be his,
Right.
And he's already told me.
Gonna
So
keep it in the family.
yeah, he said that it'll never leave. So it'll be from JC1 through JC2 through JC3.
That's awesome. That's awesome. My son and I saw it the other day. We
Saw what?
I'm getting there. We saw.
Sorry, didn't mean to push, man. I just happened to be the host. Come on, Tony, let's move this along. Get this out, will you?
All right. We saw a fucking Muppet Babies Big Wheel. No.
All right, thank you.
It was an old car. I don't believe it to be a Model T, but it was from that era. It was
Sure.
early 1900s. Old, had the wooden wheels. I mean, this thing was amazing. Driving down the road, just the guy was out for a ride, and old guy and old lady, and had the, in this car, they had an exterior luggage rack right on the door, so like you could put your luggage and strap to the door,
Mm-hmm.
and he even had an old piece of luggage strapped there just for the look of it, I'm sure. But wow, was that a beautiful car? And we were leaving the recycling center, dropping off our recycling, and this car come by, and my son's like his jaw was just like, it was unbelievable. He's 12, and he just knew that he's seeing something he's never seen before. It was going by, and he's like, I'm buying. He goes, Dad, how old do you think that car is? I go, without a doubt, that car is over 100 years old, without a doubt. And he was like, that thing's awesome. And then of course we pulled up behind it, so we followed it up the road. So we start, the road we come out on, we got to turn left, and we go up, and it's like a slow, gradual hill that goes all the way up like this and around, and then you go up over the top, and then we live up the street on the right-hand side. So we got to follow this prick for like a mile up this long, winding hill. So my son went from, that's a really beautiful car, to, God, that thing's a piece of crap. It barely moves.
Oh, that escalated quickly.
It absolutely did.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Oh, boy. You got anybody else chilling in the basement?
I do not have anybody else chilling in the basement, but I think you're going to be my last one tonight. So I'm going to close the lines and we'll close out the show, Tony.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Yeah, I don't want to keep you. I got shit I got to do too. So I definitely want to go up and say hi to you, man. I miss you. So
I miss you too, man. I'm so glad you came back on the show. Always a pleasure to talk to you, bud.
Oh, of course. If you'll have me, I'll always be here, man. Always. You know me, man.
Note to self:
not just 'cause I
ban
love
Tony.
You, just 'cause I love you, that's not the only reason why I'll always be here. It's because if you don't know by now, I love to hear myself talk.
Oh no. Tell me that. No, that can't be right.
I don't remember where I was at. I was on a live stream a couple weeks ago. I can't remember what it was, and everybody was going and going. I'm just sitting there, and I was like, I got something to say. And somebody was like, well, we fucking know that. You always have something. I was like, oh, yeah, okay.
What? Stop the presses. Tony has something to say?
Guilty as
charged. That never happens.
Yeah, no. Oh, man.
Has the moon fallen?
Yeah, I guess so. Cheers to you, man. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too, man.
That was a good beer.
Yeah, that Coke was kind of good too. A little flat, but hey. I should be drinking beer.
What?
Huh?
What?
I like these
The desk had wet rings on it from me picking up the beer and putting it over here, so I just wiped it up with my shirt.
Who doesn't do that?
Cameras from here up, it's okay.
Yeah. No, nobody saw it. They all know
my wife
now.
thought I'm pulling my shirt up on stream and wiping on the desk.
Like Peter Griffin trying to get out of a ticket.
That's right. Tony has a mouth, no control. I have control, Kathy. I have control. Just choose not to exercise it, but it's okay.
Well, you live in America, damn it, and you have the freedom to do so. That's the beautiful thing. That is the beautiful thing. Grumpy Vlogger says, Jim, you need Tony, Jim Boyd, and me all at the same time. One of these days, Lloyd, one of these days. All right. So, any other beautiful things about...
Before I go, I'm going to drop... Yes. Before I go, if you don't mind, I'm going to do what you asked me to do real quick and drop the channel link for... He's no longer live, so I waited till he was done because I didn't want anybody to dip out.
Well, that's okay. Hopefully I can subscribe and get notifications. Like that's a thing on YouTube.
Yeah, right. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
But that's the link to Roger's channel.
Cool.
Matt Rogers is his name. He was a newscaster for like 26 years out in Indiana or whatever.
Oh, really? What's his name again?
Matt Rogers.
Matt Rogers.
So
okay.
He's not a newscaster anymore. Something happened. There was some story that he didn't want to. He refused to report on it because it was fake. And this is not accurate. And
yeah, well, you've heard my time in broadcast television. I totally get that, dude.
Guys.
One of the good guys?
He's one of us, buddy. Yeah,
all right,
he's one of the good guys.
Cool.
He's all right.
Awesome. So. Yeah, well, I can't wait to check it out because I want to see what this show's all about and watch you in the finals. That'd be great.
He does other stuff too. He's been doing some hiking videos and stuff like that. But the Rant Wars are where it's at on Wednesdays, and we're doing the tournament for season 3 right now. So next Wednesday night I'll be there again at 9:00.
Cool.
Defending my position as the undefeated man.
The undefeated ranter. Well, cool, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to see it.
I'm gonna get out of here and let you close the show up. And I know you're ready to go, and you got shit to do, and I'm ready to go.
That both is true. Both is true. This is one of those shows I hate to even think about shutting down, but yeah, I do have a lot of things to do tomorrow. So, Tony, thanks so much, man.
Wrap it up, man.
Yeah,
always good to see you, brother.
Always good to see you, man.
For you, Jim. Take care of yourself.
Same to you, bud.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. All right, I'm going to call this show a success. We missed a whole lot of good stuff about the land that most of us love. I don't want to say most of us love. But that only means that I'll get to do more shows like this. Yeah, I'll probably still hit some hard topics. Sorry, Susan. But I think there are topics that need to be spoken, need to be heard, need to be debated, need to be discussed. So look for both, and I'm going to sprinkle these in because I so much more enjoy these type of shows. And if we were in a perfect world, these shows would be nothing but happy, fun time shows. But unfortunately, we don't, and it is what it is. It's just nature of the beast. Pendulum always swings. Rarely are we in a position where everything is just fine. So bear with me, folks. But come on in and tell me your opinion whenever you can. And by the way, now's a good time to hit a like if you like this sort of content. And of course, subscribe if you're new here, and share this thing. We need to get as many people as possible on the line. Sounds kind of funny. Video calling show on the line. Because you're so used to hearing that on the radio. All right, that's enough. All right, folks, listen. Thanks again for being here. I want to thank my guests. You guys were wonderful. I want to thank all of you for supporting the show and being here and watching. And again, we're on every Sunday night, 9 p.m. That may change for winter hours, and occasionally through the week. So until next time, make sure that you treat others the way you would want to be treated. If we all did that, this world would be a better place. Take care, folks. We will see you next time.